I'll do it.
All right. In that case, I'm back. Oh, shoot. It's live.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Unpopular View.
Thank you all for clicking on our faces.
New flag with all that.
Okay, so I wrote down some notes.
Shots do that.
I don't want to sit through hard garbage.
That's twice. That'll probably go over about as well as Colonel Dippy.
Because there was no Jay White site.
Okay, just straight up gangbanging. This story has been fit. You gotta pay attention.
So Unpopular Review does not. What is she the CEO of, Chris? Jesus, golly. Let's start the show.
I don't know what the hell's going on here. Welcome to the AEW Review Show. Somebody took all the shit out of the room, so there is no intro, there is no outro, there is no commercials. Hey, but we're fucking here. I'm your host, Venomous Vince, alongside Caite, Cactus Caite, and Matt Maddawg Kelly. What's going on, guys?
Hi, good evening.
Oh, hold on. They have magically appeared. Hold on, let's hit the intro. Well, that was weird, guys. We started the show. There was no AEW stuff in the room. Now all of a sudden, it got beamed up by a bunch of aliens that came in. But let's jump into this AEW Dynamite tonight. 7/10/24 opens up with a video package of last week's heel turn against Daniel Garcia from MJF. A brutal attack, tombstone power driver from the top rope. Will we see Daniel Garcia again? Matt Maddawg, answer that question.
Yeah, he's going to be out for a while, and it's actually because his contract's up in October. I was actually reading this in my notes for later. His contract's up in October, but they said he's going to re-sign with the company most likely, so we will be seeing him later on, but not at the moment. No, yeah, correct.
Cactus Caite, what do we think about this heel turn from this heel turn from MJF? Did you see it coming? Was it swerved to the AEW audience?
I think there's a lot of heel turns, and I am still shooken by last week's end of the show where MJF went completely berserk and started this train of heel turns. It was extremely uncomfortable to watch, and as an MJF fan, I am not really okay with it, but it's part of the game. And just so you know, Will Ospreay did mention Daniel Garcia and the fact that he is at home, unable to feel his hands, and will not be back and possibly not ever returning.
Well, thank you for jumping the gun there. And that was the next thing I was going to get to was the Will Ospreay promo. He comes out, sits on top of the rope, and he says that MJF is insecure man. Do we believe this? Do we believe that he's insecure, guys?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, he's got a huge ego. Kind of reminds me of somebody else in different company. But he's got a huge ego, but you know, he is also the top talent in AEW as well. So he kind of made a point in his promo package too.
Yes.
That he is the top guy. He's been for 5 years. So
well, yes, there was a couple points made. I think the best one, before I get into the three actual points that he made, was he says that MJF blames the people for what he did. So he's not taking any actions for himself. But the three things that he mentioned was the bidding war that Tony Khan had. I know, Maddawg, I know you know about this. So supposedly there was a bidding war to bring MJF into the company. Am I correct?
Yeah, WWE wanted him bad, and they did not want him because secretly, well, this was all going on because it's all storyline, right? It's all big story here. He resigned with AEW like middle of last year or something. Like that's what they reported. He resigned with the company, and then they had a whole thing of like the story of like a bidding war, and they kind of played that up, but. No, he re-signed for multiple years, I believe. I think they said 5. I think SRS said so. Yeah, but he's all elite. He even said that when he first came back. He's all elite,
he's
and he's
branded.
been so.
He's branded all elite.
Yeah. Also, we got what's up, guys? What's going on? Thanks for joining us tonight for the AEW review show. He also says that he has more talent in his left nut, and he is a talent hack. I think that's pretty clever on his part. And he also says that he is for the AEW people and the fans. I believe this. I think it's been a long time coming for Will Ospreay to come into AEW. I'm very surprised that WWE did not pick him up because he was a hot commodity talent out in the pool of independent wrestling. And then he also said that the level with the devil is on the ground floor and he is on the top. So, guys, with that being said, next week, MJF made a challenge, an open challenge to Will Ospreay for International Championship. It will be next week in Little Rock, Arkansas, which is a crazy place to just put a title match like this in a crap town like that. But we are having, you heard me right. You need to save these matches for actually towns that actually make sense, not putting it into a slop town like that. So we are having next week, we're going to have MJF take on Will Ospreay for the international title. What do we think about this? What is our opinion about this big match to open up Dynamite next week?
I'll go. And I think it's just setting the stage for Wembley, and they have a couple weeks in between, so it's just going to be constant. They're really just trying to get views. They have hurting so bad for views that they are going to throw every match they can, and this is going to get you views.
I think it's very. What's the word I'm looking for? I think it's very amusing to me that a company like AEW is looking for views, knowing they have I think they have like 10 of the top best wrestlers in the world, and they have to their actual. Excuse me. I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to say. They have so many people that they have advantage of to pull from New Japan and AAA and all these companies that I'm very surprised that WWE is still beating them, knowing the crap that they put on. It mind fucks me what they're doing right now, because I think AEW has a really solid product. I think they have solid talent, and it just drives me nuts that they can't beat somebody like WWE with the crap that they're putting. I mean, Mad Dog, you watch that stuff over there. I mean, can you sit here and honestly can you sit here and honestly say that WWE is putting on a great product to where the people that the AEW have is the ratings suck?
Right. Here's what I'll say about this. I went to MSG, as you guys know. I went to MSG. MSG being there, live show, incredible, unbelievable. Okay, WWE does it so well. AEW, not so great. I've been to 2 AEW shows. One was pretty cool because CM Punk was there. The next time I went to wasn't so great. Swerve was there, and it was really cool to see him, but that was kind of it, really. But when it comes to this whole thing, and I think it really comes down to is Tony Khan likes to micromanage so much, and I think that's why he's just losing the views, right? It's the matches are spectacular. I mean, the Forbidden Door match was great. Forbidden Door was a great pay-per-view over Money in the Bank. I mean, Money in the Bank was just ridiculous. overall. So
Ridiculous
it really
good,
does
ridiculous
come
bad.
down to Money in the Bank or Forbidden Door. Because Money in the Bank was terrible. Forbidden Door was really good. And like I said, it really comes down to him micromanaging, and that is the real problem right now. And that's why he's not getting views. He's not using the best talent he has, and then use the best talent for like next week, and that match should be saved for All In. I think something's going to happen next week, and they're going to do the match at All In.
Here's what drives me nuts about WWE, and Chris just said this. Chris said Dom and Liv storyline. But this is the problem with what WWE's doing. They always have to have a love triangle for us idiot fans to go and watch it. That's the problem. We're idiots that were like, oh my God, Liv and Dom, they're a couple. But doesn't Dom and Liv, aren't they like both in serious relationships in real fucking life? Yeah, exactly my point. So why is it that they think that bringing two people together in a love triangle like they do all the time? I can sit here and name several storylines. I mean, you had Matt Hardy and Edge back in the 90s. I mean, you just had Rusev and Enzo Amore was another big one. I mean, this is all they know how to do is put on love triangles. And then you got Money in the Bank, which was a complete disaster. I know Chris is going to say, oh, no, you're crazy. But it really was. I mean, it was a complete disaster. I'd rather have taken a bucket of paint and throw it against the wall, and whatever colors went down to the bottom of the floor, that's the hell I'm going to watch. Because I'm telling you, they don't. Yes, Rusev and Enzo. Yes, that was a big one. But that's it. That's all they have. It's always love triangles. Let's get back. Let's stop getting off the page. Let's get back to the main AEW roster. AEW Owen Hart Tournament Finals was tonight. Guys, this was a big one. Bryan Danielson taking on Adam Hangman Page with Jeff Jarrett as the ring enforcer. You know, I understand why they did this. But I'm going to tell you this right now. If Owen Hart was still here,
the Ruby Soho thing,
huh? You
somebody
Ruby
commented
Soho?
about Ruby Soho. Someone said something about someone said a comment about Ruby Soho. I saw it there. They did do a story with her. But isn't she married to the dude, right? Yeah, and she's having a baby, right? That's what I thought.
Yep.
Maybe I'm wrong. I mean.
Listen, all I'm saying to you guys is and then they have this Wyatt 6. I mean, this is a little weird. It's getting a little strange. And I just feel like, you know, you have to, they're not giving us the full potential of what this could be. And this is what's going to happen is that people are going to get lost. They're going to get, they're not going to actually keep in touch with this because, I mean, let's just face it. The Firefly Funhouse was huge in WWE. I mean, like I wasn't a huge fan of it when it actually started, but you know, as it progressed and as it got bigger and better, and they started introducing puppets and characters, it started getting good. Now with the storyline now with the Wyatt 6, I feel like it's getting too slow. They're not. It's progressing very, very slow, and that's what I have problems with. But back to what I was saying about the Owen Hart. I mean, this was a banger, guys. I mean, we had two great competitors. Bryan Danielson, every time he gets in the ring, you have to worry about, is he going to mess his neck up? Is he going to hurt himself? He does take a lot of risks, which I think is crazy that a guy at his age and with his neck problems that he has over the years is still taking bumps and diving onto the out into the actual barricade. I mean, he hit his neck tonight. So, I mean, who knows? I mean, you know, he got the W, but what did you guys see right about this match, and what did you see wrong about this match?
Yes, I'll go first.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Listen, when I ask the question, just chime in.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Look, Bryan Danielson, I'm always on my phone, right? I'm always on Twitter, always on X, seeing did something happen after the match. Oh my God, well, what did SRS say, or did Meltzer tweet something about his injuries, right? I'm always like watching because you're so correct. with him, he's like the most brokenest man body, but he's still going, and every part of his body is still going, and he still wants to wrestle. And I know Nikki, what is it? I think Brie Garcia, right? I think it's Brie he's married to, is yelling at him saying, "Don't do this anymore." And he still wants to do this for a whole year. And tonight was a great match. Should have been probably a pay-per-view match. But we'll get the pay-per-view match at Wembley. But yeah, this was a good match, and like you said, these two know how to do it. Jeff Jarrett played his role so well in this too, and he was, as you guys know, great friends with Owen. So it really is a whole special kind of tribute to Owen Hart, and the whole foundation thing is really cool what AEW does. And now Jeff Jarrett's involved, and Ryan Danielson, he always looked up to Owen Hart, and it's a really cool story they're building for All In. Yeah, I like it a lot.
I also like that Dr. Martha Hart came out. And I tell you what, I haven't seen her in such a long time. I think maybe last time she brought the trophy out, I wasn't paying attention. I don't know. She looks good for her age. The last time I saw her was the documentary that came out on Vice. For what was it? Not Beyond the Ring. What's that series they have on Vice?
Dark Side of the Ring.
There it is, Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah.
And that was a great episode. There was a lot of things that I did not know about Owen Hart, and I love that they went back to the arena and went up to the catwalk and showed everybody the harness, the hook, the actual how far the ring was from the actual catwalk. Great stuff, great information. This match was it was good. It was fantastic. There were some parts that I could have went without. It did start out a little slow. And then the whole Jeff Jarrett thing, I figured Jeff Jarrett was going to get involved another way by I thought he was going to screw over Hangman, and he played it fair and square right down the middle. So that's great. And long behold, Swerve Strickland comes out right before the commercial break. I'm gonna tell you one thing I didn't like about this, and then I'll get to Caite and see what her thoughts about this was. The fact that they brought him out and then he left the ring. I think it would have been made more sense if you're gonna bring Swerve out while Bryan Danielson is celebrating his victory, and then you have them both meet in the middle of the ring. That would have been smarter. Caite, what is your take?
Well, they said Bryan Danielson only had a 30% chance of winning this going into it, which was pretty cool. That he overcame that. And at 43 years old, it's pretty remarkable that he can still do what he can do. But, it's a banger because he's just a bloody guy. I guess it sells, but it's just... AEW's really gotten really into the heels and the blood and gory. I don't know if they're prepping for blood and gory or what, but it's a lot right now. I think that Hangman is a great competitor. I think he gave a great match, but it was Bryan's from the beginning. I think this was a little bit of a stretch, but it was meant to be, I guess.
Yeah, this match, it had a lot of twists and turns. Like I said, there was a lot of parts in the match that I did think that Bryan Danielson was hurt, especially that dive he took out towards the end of the match was very, very brutal, and that's why Jeff ran over there to see if he was okay. Your winner, and now is going to face Swerve Strickland for the AEW World Championship, Bryan Danielson. Again, great match. Let's get into the next segment. I love tonight. Not a lot of Renee Burkett tonight. I really enjoyed that. I think that having her on too much, it blows the whole thing. WWE doesn't do it. So why should am I right or am I wrong, Mad Dog? Do you think having her on too much is a little overkill?
I think she has a lot of backstage power because she's the wife of John Moxley. So
Oh, Jesus.
yeah.
Yeah,
By the way, I'm reading his book. It's a great book.
that's a
Talks about
problem.
how he met her in WWE and everything. There's a whole chapter about her. So
That's the
there you
problem.
go.
Giving women power backstage. That's what happens. They take full advantage of it. Let's go right into the Stampede match with Chris Jericho and Samoa Joe. This match was terrible.
Best match of the night. Wrong. Completely
you think
wrong.
this- you think this
Jericho's
is
great.
This is
Jericho's
good stuff?
great. This is the best stuff they're doing in like 3 years of Jericho. Way better than the Inner Circle crap. Way better.
Oh my God. Are you joking?
Nope. 100% all in Jericho. Still want a
No,
t-shirt.
absolutely not. This is garbage. If you think this is better than the Inner Circle, I'm sorry, my friend. You're watching the wrong channel. This
Hey
was
guys.
I'm watching TBS. I mean,
This was
I think
complete-
it's the
this
right
was
channel.
complete
Hey
garbage.
guys.
This was complete garbage. I mean, this match, they should have called this a submission match because that's all it really was. I mean, the first 15, 20 minutes, it was just completely submissions, horseshoes. I mean, it wasn't to the last 10 minutes of the match. They went backstage, and how did the match end? With Jericho getting on a forklift and throwing Samoa Joe through a wall. I mean, that wall.
WWE's done it, right? I
It
mean,
actually ended with him going to an ambulance and going to the hospital. But
Yeah, well, they didn't show that.
yes, they did.
wait, I mean, WWE.
Maybe they show that because the last thing I saw is Jericho laughing and leaving the backstage area.
Yeah, no, they showed him with
No,
all
they
three
showed
of
him.
them standing there saying,
Yeah.
"Hi."
Yeah, they did. They showed it.
I must have missed that. I didn't see it.
But the WWE's done the forklift thing before, so why can't AEW? I mean,
Wait, hold on. You're right. I must have missed that. But you know who missed the whole show, and we say nothing about it. But we're not going to go there. We're going to go right towards. I honestly think this was a boring match. I really did. I thought this match was a joke. I know, Mad Dog, you like this.
quick side note, by the way, Taz was barred from the arena tonight because of Jericho and the EVPs, the Young Bucks, who
You're
are
right,
the best
absolutely
tag
right.
team in pro wrestling right now, by the way.
Oh boy, here we go. This guy's a
I know,
mark.
right?
This guy is such a mark.
They
Let's get to
literally,
what?
they literally said that he showed up and was forced to return to the hotel. So he was in the area and they're still paying him. He's still showing up, but he's like, all right, I'll see you guys later. I'll go hang out in the spa.
You know what? I'm going to tell you this right now. This storyline to me with Jericho and Taz makes no sense to me. I feel like the only way it would make sense is Taz came out of retirement to fight him one more time. That's the only way it would make sense. Because where are you going to go with this, knowing that he's a commentator and you're a wrestler and you keep screwing with him? I mean,
No, it's because Hook's his son.
okay, all right. So Hook's his son. Okay. So my question is, Hook's his son. So you sit there and screw with Taz the whole entire time. So what happens when you screw with somebody? You piss them off enough where they want to fight you. Okay. So that's what I'm trying to tell you is that they have to go somewhere with this. It can't just be, oh, well, Hook's my son, because he hardly ever says that's my boy. He never really says that at all. He'll stand up.
No, but he does put him over a lot. I mean, let's face it. He puts
Hook
Hook over a lot.
But if you weren't a wrestling fan, you wouldn't have known that. You wouldn't know that.
Yeah, no. And
You
I
wouldn't know
think
that Taz is
Taz might come out of retirement. This might be a match they're setting up for All In where he does one more if he gets cleared. I know Taz had some injuries in the day. I mean, he's done
What's up,
a lot of
Charmaine? Thanks
crazy
for joining
stuff.
us.
So, I personally think it could happen. One more match, man. Taz, Jericho, and the Young Bucks.
The young sucks.
Yeah.
He's saying the young sucks are
What?
the best.
No, they are the best EVPs in pro wrestling besides this guy right here, Kenny Omega.
Let's get into this match, which I could have went without. We got Claudia Casanova versus Kyle Fletcher versus Pac, and I'm gonna totally screw his name up. Tomora Ishia. Am I saying that right, Mad Dog?
I think it's Tama. That is Cheetah. I think it is. I think something like that. Yeah.
This match, kind of hit me for a surprise. It really did. It went back and forth with all these guys. Caite, what was your take on this match?
Oh, thank you. I think it was all for the Don Callis family. It was just, you saw this setup when Will asked to be out of the family, and so it came from that, and it was all just to see Alex Fletcher get destroyed. And Don was on commentation, and so that was interesting. But as soon as he felt like his team was losing, he was gone.
Yeah, he did take off pretty quick on the commentary. To me, that's a sore loser. I mean, you should stay there for the whole time, and whatever the case may be for what the outcome of the match. I think the funniest part about this was Ishii was fighting everybody at one point. I think he was getting very frustrated that he was laying on the ground half the match. So he gets up and he tries to beat everybody up. I think that was pretty funny. Let's move on to the main event.
Are we losing internet service? Are you okay over there?
No. I'm just making sure that I have all my notes here. I'm just making sure that I have everything that I wrote down. And on from that was the main event, which I feel like it was a pretty. I mean, I know it was 2 hour. I know it was a 2 hour show, but I feel like it went really, really quick. And
wait a minute, you missed one big part of the show, buddy.
Okay, tell me. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. You're right. I did. The CEO.
CEO.
You're right. I did. I'm sorry.
My girl Sasha Mercedes.
Well, you also went over top of the Elite comments.
Yeah. You're skipping over the Young Buck comments as well.
Nobody cares about the Young Bucks.
My boys. No, I do. I said that.
All right, let's talk about the Young Bucks. Let's talk about the Young Bucks. So the Young Bucks come out, or not, excuse me. Their bodyguard comes to the door, which Mad Dog, you know what his name is because I always botch these names. Who came to the door?
I forget his name, but
Okada. There we go. Okay, excuse me.
Okada. Yeah. Okada. Yeah.
Okada came to the door and said, "Can I help you?" Like 3 times. Hangman comes and says, "I'll do it." So is he referring to being in Blood and Guts? What is he referring to, guys?
Yeah.
Do you think it's Blood and Guts?
It's all setting up for Nashville.
Okay. All right.
I'm excited for it. Really excited. He's gonna join his friends, the Elite, back together again. It's gonna be awesome.
I mean, I think we all saw this coming. I mean, when he came a couple weeks ago and he put I forget it was Nick or somebody and held him up against the wall. We knew that he was just frustrated and he would eventually join the Elite again.
Do you think this is going to be a 4-team tag team event, or do you think this is going to be, a one supportive thing, or what do you think is going to happen?
Chris, what is the best thing in AEW? Excuse me. You mean with Blood and Guts?
Mm-hmm.
No, you mean you think it's going to be more people on the Elite than more people on AEW?
What?
Explain your question again. I didn't understand what you were saying.
What do you think the 4 is coming together for? What do you think it's going to be a foursome, or do you think it's going to be the Elite just supporting Hangman in a fight, or do you think it's going to be?
Do you think Hangman's joining the Elite again? You're saying?
I mean, clearly that's what they're setting it up for.
Well, listen,
he's Team Elite, isn't he? Or
I think right? I think Hangman is going to join them in the match. In my opinion, I think somebody's going to screw up in the match, and I think Hangman's going to betray the Elite. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but I'm just looking at what's going on. But I could be. Okay, let's see. Hangman will be Elite's team and Darby would be I mean, if we don't see if Darby doesn't join the AEW team, I don't know what to tell you, because I mean clearly they're using they use Darby Allin since he's come back quite a bit backstage, and this might sound stupid. Have we seen Darby wrestle since he's come back? I don't remember.
No, I don't think so.
It's been all backstage stuff, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
All
Yeah.
Right. All right. So let's get into the CEO coming out, double champion.
CEO.
Well, do we want to
CEO.
run a commercial first?
Yeah, we should. You're right. I'm sorry. We should do a commercial. Let's go into.
We'll be right back.
Hold on. Wait, before you say we'll be back, let's make sure that the commercials are there, because this is why I don't like running the board and the actual show at the same time, because it doesn't work.
Share. I can help you.
Okay. Let's hit a commercial. That is not the commercial.
What do you think is going to be the legacy of the Learning Tree, Chris Jericho?
Yet another great gimmick Chris Jericho had that probably lasted too long.
The Learning Tree. The Learning Tree was a shit gimmick.
After the Learning Tree, he should chop it down and become the retired man, because he needs to retire. He needs to go. Like, hey, Chris Jericho, big fan. I think you're one of the greatest of all time. I truly do. But you overstayed your welcome, buddy. You need to go back to WWE, get a break the walls down, and Hall of Fame introduction, and run the AEW backstage.
Do you think he'd be good as a manager?
I think he would be good as a manager, actually. I think that's his future. I think he wants to be a commentator, but I think manager is his way to go.
I agree with you.
I do agree. I think Jericho has a lot of potential. I think what he's doing now, I know Mad Dog's going to totally disagree with me, but I think what he's doing now, I think it's a desperate call to being on TV so much. I think if he just quit the bullshit, and went and got his Hall of Fame ring at WWE, because we all know he's a Hall of Famer, and he came back and did commentary, or he did a manager's position, I honestly think that he could do both those positions, and he would be great at it. I mean,
I don't think I want to hear his voice on commentation.
What do you mean? He's done it several times, and he was great.
I know. I don't think I want to hear it after the run that he's had lately.
I liked them. I mean, I thought it was good.
Too sarcastic.
No, I think I like him better than Johnny Magic, or whatever his name is. Isn't that his name, Johnny Magic? Is that his name, Johnny Magic?
What,
the guy
Nigel McGuinness? I know he's
no, not Nigel McGuinness. The other Daniel Garcia's buddy.
Oh yeah, Johnny Magic.
Yeah, Johnny Magic. Yeah. I think Jericho is a little bit better. And you have to understand, you always have to. So tonight, Nigel McGuinness played that Jerry Lawler part, that heel commentator. Okay. You always have to have that heel commentator. So I believe that Jericho is that commentator that could go back and forth and play the heel with Taz, Tony Schiavone, and Excalibur. That's just my opinion. But I mean, here the problem with what they have now is there's too many people trying to be commentator. I mean, because on Saturday nights it's not Nigel McGuinness and Tony Schiavone, and who else? Is it Taz on Saturday night?
Yes, I think it's Taz.
Before he got banned.
Okay,
yes,
before he got banned.
It was Taz. Yes.
What did you guys think about? I don't know if you remember, Cactus, but do you remember hearing Paul White on commentary? Mad Dog?
I do remember that. It didn't work out so well, so they moved him somewhere else. I think he's talent relations or something now. You can go look this up on the website.
Yeah. He definitely was not a good commentator.
Tried and no.
All right, so let's get into CEO coming out, two-time belts. We can call her
not two times. It's
CEO.
A two-belt winner.
Two belts.
Two belts. There you go.
She currently holds both belts, which would be the Strong Woman,
and the TBS Championship.
Correct.
I you know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. I get frustrated watching her every week on TV. I feel like she's just a waste of space. I mean, I really do. She comes out and she's like, say hello to your CEO. What are you a CEO of? Can anybody answer that question? What is she a CEO of? Nothing. It's
Professional wrestling. It's a simple
but it's just so
question.
stupid.
Answer.
This is such a dumb gimmick. Like, this is just as dumb as Tony Storm.
Jealous.
Yeah.
I'm not jealous.
I agree
because
with Katie, man. Absolutely. No
I'm
one's
not jealous.
mad.
I'm gonna tell you why. I don't go around calling myself the cheesesteak king. You know what? I'm the cheesesteak king. I've never once called myself the cheesesteak king. People have called me a cheesesteak king, but I'm not. So my question to you would be, do I make great sandwiches here in Florida? Absolutely, I do. But I'm not going to sit here and call myself the cheesesteak king because there's clearly more people that are doing it. They're doing it as I am as well. So my point of the matter is they bring her in. First off, they should have never brought her in and right off the bat made her the champion. I think that's a slap in the face to all the women in the back. I know you're going to say no, but Mad Dog, if I put you in the predicament as if you're in the back fighting your way on the main roster, trying to get a top spot to win a belt.
It's a money thing. It's all business.
Yeah, it's all business.
It's all business. It's all merchandise. And
you're right. It's
I
all
would never
business
have a chance.
until somebody quits. Okay, until somebody quits, and that's the problem with the corporations today. It's all about the money and not about the people that actually work their damn ass off. That's the problem.
No, I all the time. Daniel Garcia did that.
Roster.
He got his shot.
There's people on that roster that bust their ass day in and day out, and then you screw them like you did with Willow Nightingale. You give Willow Nightingale a quick kick in the caboodle to give CEO.
Willow Nightingale is only
Willow
been
Nightingale
around for a couple of years. She started in 2021.
Okay, so here's my question to you.
She got it right up the ranks.
Okay, yeah. You know why?
She did. Yeah,
you know why? Because she was
even
good.
in New Japan, she won a couple
she was
titles
good.
over
That's
there.
why. So
you don't think Monet is good?
I think Monet's
Monet
staler
won
than
a title in New Japan as well.
Yeah,
I think she's staler than a bag of Cheetos. Is what I think. I think she's excuse my French. I think she's a whiny bitch that first off left WWE because she was not put in the predicament that she wanted to be in. She was a tag team champion with Naomi. She went and cried and ran to the back to Vince. She took her ball and ran home with it. Sat on her couch for like 3-4 months till her contract ran out, and she left. Now you tell me, does that sound like a CEO to you, or does that sound like a person?
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Sounds like a business.
Tony Khan's paying her $25 million, Vince. That's a lot of money, man.
Great role model for your daughter.
That's a lot of money.
That's a great role model for your daughter.
To put down on a wrestler's crazy
To
amount of money, bro.
That's a great role model for your daughter to show. Hey, listen, honey, you could go and sign a contract and then go sit home because you don't have to work. You don't have to do anything. You can just make everybody suffer because you didn't get what you want. That's what that was. I didn't get what I want, so I went home and sat there and waited for my. And you know what? I don't like these looks you're giving me, Katie, because you obviously don't know what I'm talking about because you don't know that point in time in wrestling. Because if you did, you wouldn't sit here and give me those fucking looks. I am telling you exactly what I'm telling you. You have to go back and watch what happened with Monet and WWE, and that's going to give you what's going on right now. Monet screwed WWE. She sat on her couch and did nothing. Okay, that's why she's in the predicament she is because she held up WWE for what she wanted, and she let her contract run out. That's what it was. So
that is true, Vince. I do want to jump into that. Someone did say in the comments that WWE would not let her do those things, but they were pushing for those things. They were pushing for those TV spots. They were pushing for her on TV. And WWE did not let her go on TV. That was the real issue. Tony Khan said, use my jet.
Oh, yeah.
She bettered herself.
Yeah, she bettered herself. She did. She was on, 3 episodes of The Mandalorian? Oh, woo.
Going back,
3
by the way, she said in October, I think, or September.
and she
out.
better, but you know what? They gave her money for what? What did they give her 25 million for? She ain't worth 3 pennies to me. She's not worth 3 pennies.
That's what they signed her for. Multi-million-dollar deal,
crazy.
25 down.
Listen, she couldn't get a bigger pop than CM Punk if a popsicle smacked her in the mouth.
It doesn't matter.
It does
Boston,
matter.
She did. I know that. Boston, they go crazy for her.
It was a pop, but it wasn't as big as CM Punk. Nobody will ever have a bigger pop than CM Punk in Chicago.
It's not fair. It's
Chicago. Massachusetts.
Not
Go
fair.
to Massachusetts and see how she responds there.
Yeah, I agree. Even New York, man, when they came here for Forbidden Door, I believe she got a massive pop. I watched on YouTube. I didn't go.
Jeff says no, not 3 pennies. Yeah, she was sitting on her couch doing Zoom calls, and she was probably getting paid to do Zoom calls.
Of course she's getting paid, and that's not what he's saying.
Yes.
He's saying that's what CEOs do.
Yeah, well, she's not a CEO, okay? Newsflash for all three of you.
AEW, absolutely.
She's not a CEO of anything, okay? She's a CEO of her own brand. She's not CEO of nothing else. Okay, so I'm a CEO of Vince LaSpada. So can I call myself the CEO?
You can call yourself.
If you own, yes, you own the franchise, right? I mean, yeah.
Well, listen, I don't have to make myself feel like a big
market.
monster because I'm a CEO of I don't know what. So this girl comes out, cuts a promo talking about Britt Baker, and long and behold, Britt Baker comes out. I've been looking forward to this. I really am. I cannot wait for Wembley Stadium to see these two battle it out. It's been a long time coming. She was gone for what, 6-7 months, Mad Dog?
Yeah, it was a long time. And like she said, she was hurt. She was not hurt. Some of it said it was storyline. What I've heard through backstage rumblings, it was a bit of both. It was like, oh, everyone was tired of seeing her. But at the same time, she was really hurt and really injured. She had like a broken nose. Oh, she did have a broken leg. There was really stuff going on. So yes, but it's been at least 7-8 months.
I mean, Mad Dog, maybe she was sitting at home taking Zoom calls too.
She definitely was under the AEW brand. She is allowed to do stuff like that. Absolutely. She probably was doing that to make a little bit of side money. Absolutely. They do do that.
Does she even really need it? She's a practicing dentist in Winter Park, Florida.
No, she doesn't have to do any of this stuff. She's doing it because she likes it.
Of course. Why not?
Correct.
You want to know a CEO? Go talk to Britt Baker. She's a CEO. That's a real CEO, not this wannabe Monet CEO BS bullshit. That's crap. Let's talk about the last match of the women's Owen Hart tournament tonight. Willow Nightingale put on a clinic tonight.
Oh, what?
A clinic?
A clinic. No,
clinic?
Like it means a great match. I believe.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Against Mariah May. Holy shit. And she wants to be oh my god. Anyways, so let's get into this match. I honestly am shocked at this. I really did not think that Willow Nightingale was going to lose this match. I really maybe that's just the me not liking Toni Storm, but I really thought Willow was going to win it for a second time. Did this shock you too, Katie?
No.
Mad Dog?
Yeah, no. I knew Mariah was winning this thing. Absolutely. Writing was on the wall from the get-go here. If you've been paying attention to the storyline, which I know you haven't, Vince, so...
no, I have been.
I wish Dan was here because he would kind of defend me on this. I know he would because he's a big Tony guy, a big Tony Storm fan. So,
that's why, right there. That's why. Way to go, Jeffrey.
Yeah, I know.
That's why she was
one of the reasons.
God forbid we don't put the person from London in a title match. Oh my God. So horrible. Jesus.
Well, I mean, when did you expect this Timeless Tony and Mariah May to end? You think they were just going to drag it on more?
I mean, why not? They do everything else. I mean, what are they proving? I mean, for God's sake, how long did Inner Circle go for? They ended it. They started it. They ended it. They started. They put new members in it. I mean, that thing went on for what? Almost 2 years, Mad Dog?
That was because of Jericho had too much power backstage and still does, and that's why he is amazing. And I have no more comments on Chris Jericho, the Learning Tree. Hi, guys. Selling out merchandise, by the way. New shirt available now. I can't even get one. By the way,
they're so great. They're such great idea shirts.
Sold out. They're sold out.
I know they are.
There's
a bunch of freaking marks out there. That's the problem.
I got a lot of MJF and John Moxley and the Acclaim.
Anyways, I did you okay? So I'm not going to sit here and say you guys are both not going to sit here and say that you saw the heel turn at the end, because I'm going to tell you this. I really thought at the end of the match it was going to be Toni Storm, because she had the heel in her hand. I thought she was going to stab her in the back. It shocked the hell out of me that it was Mariah May. Go ahead, tell me you knew this one too, didn't you, Katie?
No, I did not. I mean, I guess I should have known, because you saw Jericho losing his mind. You saw MJF losing his mind. It's all part of the heel turn that was happening. So yeah, I mean, they're going against each other. So someone's going to be the heel, someone's going to be the baby face. So
you're saying if those two in the beginning of the night weren't crazy, this would have never happened, is what you're saying?
Say it again.
So you said that Chris Jericho lost his mind and MJF lost his mind. So what you're saying is if those two didn't lose their mind, Mariah May wouldn't have lost her mind?
No, I think it's just a scripted part that Tony Khan is writing up right now. And like I said, it may be all going towards blood and guts in Nashville, but I mean, you can see that in almost every match it's happened. So I, like I said, was surprised, just because I naturally don't have that bone in my body, to see that kind of betrayal. But I shouldn't have been surprised. It was extreme. It was a lot.
This was definitely a shocker to me. I knew it was happening. I knew it was going to happen before Wembley, but I didn't think it was going to happen tonight. Mad Dog, what did you think about this heel turn?
Yep. I knew it was happening tonight. I knew it was going to happen. The writing has been on the wall. You've paying close attention, and you guys know me. I'll go back. I'll watch these promos again, and I do time after time. And even in some of these promos, you could just see those little key details, and they had them in those promos, especially with this last Forbidden Door match. How she was so torn. It was going to happen, and like you guys said, setting up for blood and guts. Yeah, they want to make it bloody. Yes, they want to make it gory. This might even turn into some sort of gimmick match at All In, for all we know, because, you know, that they want to make this bloody and they want to make this gory. So,
sorry, Maddawg, I don't mean to interrupt you, but during the match, when the person came out with the all black hood on and stuff, I thought that was Nina. I thought that she was going to come out and all of it. I was shocked to see it wasn't. But I will say, I do want to mention an honorable Willow shaking the hand of Mariah, respecting each other, which I've always taken the high road. I always think it's the best way to look at something. So I'm glad to see that sportsmanship.
Absolutely right. You're right. You should take the high road. I can learn from
something
that.
Mariah did not do at all. I
need to go back and watch the Learning Tree so I can learn from that. Jericho has
You should learn from Chris Jericho and how much power he has backstage. Yes.
I mean, such great advice. This guy, these promos.
He's a lot of power backstage, and that's why he's getting all this. I told you that many times before, and I'll keep telling you that. It's true. His backstage power is crazy.
Well, guys, it is that time of the night. We are going to hit the music and let Mad Dog take us to the newsroom. Mad Dog, what is going on in the world of professional wrestling?
Well, this one just happened a little while ago today, and if I say her name wrong, I do apologize. I mess up these names as well. Fightful reports that Stephanie Vicker officially signed with WWE instead of AEW.
Leaving.
This one's huge.
Yeah.
Now,
This
is
one's
that
big.
was that the girl that just faced
Yep.
Mercedes?
Yep.
That's weird.
And they thought she was going AEW. Everyone pointed to it. Tony Khan thought it. All of a sudden, she relinquished her titles. They stripped her of her title in New Japan, and now she's WWE. And
I
gonna be
wonder
brought in
why.
NXT.
What do you guys think? Why do you think that she went to go sign corporate and not be able to do anything compared to going to AEW and do anything she wants to do?
Well, she was secondhand. She wasn't a main card person. She was you didn't see her other than fighting CEO Monet, and that was a gimme match.
Yeah,
I mean,
but that's
other than
because
That was
That's
her big
because-
match.
yeah, but here's the thing. That's because she just got brought in. I mean, you just said she got stripped from all her titles. So my question is,
Just now, by the way, that just happened today. They stripped
Okay.
of all the titles today, and
many did
remember,
she
she
have?
lost to Mercedes.
how many did she have besides?
She still had 2, I think, according to the thing, including the
Okay.
one Mercedes. So she had 3.
All right, so here, let me paint you guys a picture, okay? Because some people know, some people don't. Let me paint you a picture, okay? So you have 2 actual titles that you still have, okay? You can do anything you want. You can do TV shows, movies, sell your own merchandise, play bingo with another company, whatever the case is, okay? Now you're signed to a company called WWE, okay? Yeah, you might be getting paid a little bit more money, but you can't do shit. You can't do nothing. They own you.
That's right, and that's why Mercedes left and went to AEW, because she couldn't do what she wanted. Vince, you're getting it now. Congratulations! It took you the
couldn't
whole
run
show.
it like a CEO.
No, but what I'm saying
Yeah.
to you guys is
Thank you, Katie,
why
yeah.
do you think somebody like her going on the biggest stage and fighting Mercedes Monet and losing the title, then she would go
It
right
was
over to WWE?
because they wanted Monet to look good.
You're
That
not
was
understanding. You're not understanding the question. What
Absolutely,
I'm trying to
absolutely, and she looked like $1
understand
million
that. I
bucks
understand
doing
what
it.
you're
Yeah.
saying.
because they were paying her $1 million.
All I'm saying to you is
More
why
than
do you
that.
think why do you think she went over to WWE instead of signing with AEW? Is what I'm saying to you. I mean, am I
It's
not? Is
money,
the question not
man.
clear?
It's straight up. It's money. You know it. I know. Why the hell did Cody Rhodes, the company he started, went for greener pastures? Man's now champion 3 years later. They don't even know what to do with them. They had no
Who
idea.
knows
Go
what
watch
they
that Rock
promised her?
documentary thingy. They didn't know
Who knows what they promised her?
what to
They
do with
could've
Cody. They had no
promised her-
idea. But champion.
Who
All right, go on.
knows what they promised her?
Go on,
They
Mad Dog. What
could-
else we got?
Right. So the other thing too, Rhea Ripley made a huge return, as we talked about earlier in the night. PW Insider says she's now listed as a baby face, while the rest of the Judgment Day are listed as heels still. So she's coming back as the baby face, as the good guy here, as the hero to this story. I guess this love triangle you called it earlier. That the world's kind of investing in right now. At least the wrestling world's investing in right now. So
You know what? You know what that. I'm sorry to interrupt you. You know that that angle they had on Raw this week where Dominic and Liv were in the locker room and Liv wanted her to show her a move. You know where they stole that angle from, right? Do you remember the angle with Triple H
Eddie
and
Guerrero,
Trish?
maybe.
No. Remember the angle with
Oh, that angle.
Yeah, remember when she walked in, and Stephanie walked in, and she's like, "What are you doing with this girl?" That's exactly. That's
Isn't
exactly
that the clip that I sent you a couple months ago?
what with the Trish and
Yeah.
yeah. I'm just saying
She was at Money in the Bank too, by the way.
I'm just saying that they're taking their old promos and they're just recycling them. That's all they're doing. It's nothing new. They don't do anything new.
No, it's all because Raw is going to Netflix, and so they're trying to spice things up.
Right. I agree with her, Katie. For example, they're trying to make it more risque. For example, I have something in my notes. I'm not even going to read it here because I know Pat McAfee cursed on Raw the other night. USA was cool with it because they're moving over to Netflix next year. They're really hoping that McAfee can curse more when they move to Raw next year. So,
Yeah, it's sex sells.
I mean, all of it, the cursing, the blood, the sex, everything. I think
that's what it
does.
used to be.
No, it never used to be cursing. It wasn't like the big
No.
words.
No.
Yeah, but that's what they're doing though. That's the problem. That's the problem
That
with
is
TKO
true, though. They are doing that now.
They're
That's not
not.
what I'm saying.
I understand that, but is it good for business?
Yes and no, right? Yes, because you got the fans doing it, but at the same time, no, you don't, because there's little kids watching WWE as well. So it's not really good for business neither. But
That's the
WWE
problem.
wants to go away from the little kid thing. So WWE needs to make up its mind in the next year or so on what they want to do. They want to be a little kid thing, or do they want to play with the big boys with AEW, where blood and guts is actually, gory as all hell. Gorier probably than Walking Dead. I mean, let's face it, blood and guts is pretty gruesome. Can't wait for that.
I just don't understand. I can't really wrap my mind around this whole Netflix WWE deal. I mean, I know that they're trying to go back to the way it was in the Attitude Era, which will never be. They'll never touch that. That was a one and done, error. So whatever they're trying to create now, it's not going to work. The problem is it's going to work for these fans that don't know anything about the Attitude Era. They don't know how to watch the old stuff, because let's just face it, the young people today, they don't care about the old shit. They want you to redo the old stuff and the new stuff. And that's the problem. Is they don't want you, they want to touch the old stuff and make it relevant for them. But the stuff that they did 30 years ago, who gives a shit about that? Let's throw that in the trash. Exactly what they're doing here is they're trying to bring back something that was gold back in the era, and they're going to sign with Netflix, and Netflix is going to go, okay, guys, you can do whatever you want. And the kids are going to go, the moms are going to go, what the hell's going on? You can't watch this anymore. And they're going to lose a whole nother audience, because there's no more John Cena. There's no more Rock. There's no people that are
going anywhere.
But what I'm saying to you is these are the
final
people that
boss. I think he's talking about the final boss is coming, the WWE, and the final boss is amazing and awesome. And you're right, he is the greatest heel since Roman Reigns' return. But now Roman Reigns is gonna come back as a babyface to beat the final boss. So yeah, you're right. Yes, but like you were saying, now, yeah,
is going, right, Mad Dog? Only NXT is going to Netflix. Not all.
Raw's not going to Netflix. No, Raw's going to Netflix. SmackDown's going to USA. And I believe NXT's going to CW. Yes, the CW in October, I believe. Yes, right. Or September.
Well, that's why I said NXT, because I was reading the comments.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
No, Raw is the only one going to Netflix, and so they are only going to be doing the more risque on Raw. But they're
on the second hand show is when they're doing it.
What?
Raw is now the second hand show to SmackDown. It used to be Raw was the first hand.
Well, okay.
That's because Roman Reigns changed the landscape, and now Roman's gone and kind of feeling it. Not gonna lie, we're feeling Roman being gone, and that hurts a lot, by the way. They were chanting in that arena, MSG, when Paul was put through the table. They were chanting. So was I, by the way, when I was there. Anyway, the other story I got here real quick. On her Instagram story, Rio said she got injured last Saturday and on Collision, and it was an arm fracture, by the way. They came back with an arm fracture for that. And according to the Observer, AEW star Adam Cole has a little time left out of action, but they're hopeful it's not too much longer till he returns.
What did he do? Did he fall on a skateboard?
He got hurt, man.
Yeah,
he was hurt.
Yeah, but what did he get hurt from? Like, he's been gone I mean, I can name 2 people that were hurt and came back on the same time frame as when he was.
Right. So his injury, I think it was actually a real leg
He broke his
injury.
ankle.
Yeah. And it was because one of the matches he did, I don't even remember which match it was, but I know it was last year, and broke his ankle and he had to get it repaired.
He broke it at Grand Slam.
That's what it was. Grand Slam. That's right. That's what it was. Yep.
How long ago was this?
Last year.
This was at least 8-9 months ago.
It was like 10 months ago.
And he's still out?
Well,
He's still out of action, yes.
His ankle.
Yeah, and he's still out. And it's, kind of like I said, it's interesting because Adam Cole's such a great talent and he's still out, but Britt Baker's back, right? So, here's the deal with it. I think I don't know if he's injured anymore. Meltzer can say whatever, right? But I personally think it's because that whole Devil storyline didn't go over so well. I think they're trying to save him. They're trying to keep him away from that whole thing where they want to make people forget about that Devil storyline. But that was a huge storyline that they did. I mean, that was like almost like a 6-month storyline they were trying to build up. It was stupid, but it was a storyline they were going with. So personally, I think he's ready. I think it's just Tony Khan trying to keep him away. Tony Khan's
great about bringing people back when he wants to. So, I mean, Britt Baker, she was probably fine a couple months ago, but, they needed to build up Monet and have, her time value in the purchase. And now we're going to see what happens after this match. But, I mean, he still is paying both of them, so.
No, yeah, Adam Cole still signed with AEW and re-signed with the company for a multi-million dollar deal. And the last thing I have here is, like I said a little earlier, I said I had it in the notes, Pat McAfee cursing on Raw. There was no heat for it because they're moving to Netflix, and apparently everyone's cool with it. USA was a little upset with it, but overall, backstage, they were like, "Oh, can you do more of that when we move over next, January?" So the higher ups kind of want this, and I don't know if it's just Triple H who wants all this riskier content, or if it's the TKO group, or if it's Amari Emmanuel. He also he owns Endeavor, TKO. Wants all this, but it seems like they do. And it seems like that's the direction WWE is going to head. I think even with SmackDown on USA, I believe that they're going to go with Final Boss, right? The Rock's going to, come back and maybe he'll beat Cody Rhodes up. You saw that a little earlier this year. I do believe that they're going to go kind of down that more riskier content because they're trying to catch up to AEW in that sense. AEW is taking these big risks and WWE is trying to play catch up to that now. So it's becoming a huge problem for them. And like I said earlier, they got to decide, do they want to be something to cater more towards young adults and preteens, or do they want to do the kid stuff? Because AEW is around, even though they're not getting the views thanks to Tony Khan's micromanagement system. They're still, when it comes to like WWE, they got to decide if they want to, how can I say this right? If they want to stay in the kids section or move up to the adult section where AEW is. And now AEW's been doing it for 4 or 5 years almost now. They've been doing this, right? And they've been killing it with that sense. So now WWE's trying to play catch up, and now I don't know how it's going to work. I really don't. I'm actually really afraid to see if they do lose viewership or if they do lose a lot because Cena's going away and this kid era is going away, and now they're trying to cater more towards young adults and preteens and stuff like that because AEW is around. So I don't know where it's going to go.
Mad Dog, and you can check to see if this is right or not. But I also heard that Stephanie is running the more scandalous storylines. So I don't know if that's truly a Vince kind of tie there. But it's supposed to be her doing. It's her running of it.
I don't believe that because, I did hear it too. Somebody said something, and I believe one of them, I think it was Mike Johnson, double checked it, and John Ross double checked it, and Meltzer double checked him because they all double check each other. That's what they do in this business. Yeah, Stephanie McMahon, yeah. And it was a lie, apparently. It came out as a lie. It's not true. Triple H does run all the creative. Is Stephanie giving Triple H some input? Maybe. That's a maybe. They don't know that. I don't know that. I don't want to report that. But, I'll say, maybe. But no, she's not running. As far as I know, Triple H does pretty much all the creative of WWE.
And he does a great job, so good for him.
And Tony Khan does a great job in AEW as well, yeah.
Mad Dog,
the learning tree.
I'm always going to be a Toys R Us kid.
I'm always going to be a John Cena fan. You can't see me anymore. Go buy the shirt now.
Guys, what will we give tonight's show? What rating will we give? Cactus Katie, what would you give it?
I give it a B.
Okay, a B. Mad Dog?
B minus. I liked it. There was a couple things wrong. Jericho was great. Mariah was great. Ryan Danielson was great. So yeah, B minus for me.
I'm gonna give it a big fat A, not B.
Good for you.
Well, guys, is there anything else you want to add before we go on our hiatus for the night? Oh, you know what? Yes, there is one more thing we need to do. There's one more thing I totally forgot. And we have to plug it. Let's talk about the shows, guys. UPR has tons of shows, tons of way to watch us. Multiple people on Monday night at 6 p.m. You can always catch the Mike Knox show. This guy will bring you all the information, the news. He's a hype man. He'll get you ready for the night. As we're doing the Raw review, I don't know if we're still doing it a watch along. That would be a Dan question because I remember they said yes, they said no. I'm not sure. Tuesday nights we have the NXT review show with the Wrestling Doll, and is her partner back now?
Yes,
he is back.
Yeah.
And who is her partner?
The Grand Poobah.
The Grand Poobah. Yep. On Wednesday nights, you can always catch us at 10, 10:15, 10:30, whatever the case may be for AEW review shows. Me, Mad Dog Kelly, Dan the Man, and Cactus Katie will bring you all the action and reviews from AEW Dynmite. On Thursday nights, we have the top 5. Every week it changes. Don't know what it is this week. Never got the memo for it. But I'm sure you can catch another show this week. It will tell you. And on Saturdays, I think it's 12 o'clock, you can catch the Z is Silent for the SmackDown Penitentiary review show, which if you guys have not watched that, very entertaining, very good. These are all the shows you can catch all week. So there's something for everybody. And I also think sometimes we haven't done it in a while, but they also do a movie entertainment show that's pretty entertaining. They pick a show or a TV series and they review it. So we will keep you updated on that. But until
they do that, they do Bridgerton. I know Mike Knox and his wife does some.
Yeah,
there's
I
a whole
don't
bunch
know.
of them. Yeah.
He just did that Star Wars show. I know that.
Right.
They just
Well,
reviewed that
listen.
Star Wars show.
If anybody's listening that's part of the upper UPR, I need to get a updated card on these shows so I can plug them for the week. So if you guys can do that for me, that would be great. Until next week, guys, I'm your host, Vince LaSpada. That is Cactus Katie. That is Mad Dog, the news guy, Kelly. And we will see you guys later.
Bye,
Peace
guys.
out.
Bye, guys.